Hello folks, a few days ago I spoke about life insurance and how life insurance helps in protecting your family and creating a wealth preservation strategy. So there are essentially two types of life insurance policies out there. People may say that there are many, but essentially there are two lines that a life insurance world can be divided into two parts. There is term insurance and there is permanent insurance. And I've spoken about term insurance in various different forums and with clients and with prospects and with centers of influence. Basically, in the world that we are living today, term insurance is gaining a lot of importance. And there are a few reasons why. So let's go through a few of them. So the first reason why term insurance is very important or is becoming very popular is because it's a cost-effective way to protect yourself. So term insurance is temporary life insurance which covers you for X number of years, popularly speaking 20, 25, 30 years in today's world. But the most important thing here to remember is that the cost of insurance is very low in comparison to permanent life insurance. So generally people can take large amounts of life insurance to protect themselves in the form of a term policy cost effectively. So that is the first reason why term insurance is important, or rather popular. The second important reason is inflation. So we are living in a world where everything has become so costly, everything, right from homes to our financial commitments like children's education needs, to income replacement needs, to cost of living and whatever. Whatever we talk about in the area of expenses, capital or living expenses, all those expenses have become a lot more. And therefore, the need to protect that standard of living or to protect your family, you need to insure yourself with larger amounts of coverage. So 20 years ago, someone's mortgage on a big home could be just $200,000. The education cost for kids could be much lesser, and all that put together, he or she would have insured themselves for about maybe $300,000, $400,000, and that was a sizable amount of coverage. Today, with the way real estate is priced at, the way other related financial commitments are valued at, people are going for, it's common to go for, say, $1 million or $2 million of coverage because people are sitting on large sums of mortgage. So if a house costs $2 million and if you just put, say, 10 or 15 or 20% down, you're looking at almost about $1.6 million of coverage. So it's very common to be living in a home which is where you have a mortgage of about anywhere between 1 million to about 1.5 million. So if you want to protect your mortgage, you need $1.5 million of coverage. And if you have other responsibilities, then you need a lot more coverage than 1.5 million. And therefore, term insurance is a cost-effective way because you need large face amounts of coverage. You therefore are kind of leaning towards getting term insurance to protect your family and protect your needs. So that is the second important reason. The third important reason is insurance is also renewable and convertible. So a lot of times people take term insurance because it can be automatically renewed. So my health is good today, but my health tomorrow or after 10 years or 20 years may not be the best. But if I have a term insurance policy, it automatically renews after the completion of, let's say, 20 years to another term. But of course, the cost goes up. But it's guaranteed renewability. Why? Because even if I'm in not very good health, if I was to go out there and buy new insurance, I may not get it, but since I have a term insurance policy, it can actually help because I can then renew it to for another term after the completion of the first term. So that is a very big advantage. People today see that as a value, and the fourth most important thing is that it's convertible. It's convertible to a permanent policy. What is a permanent policy? Permanent policy, as the word stands, it's long-term permanent life insurance. It lasts forever. So it's not just for 10, 20, 15, 30 years, it's forever. So it's lifelong coverage. So very often people take term insurance because when they're young or when it's a younger family, they have a lot of debt, they may have a lot of commitments, they may have less cash flow to be able to invest in a permanent life insurance policy, which is more expensive. So what they do is that they take term insurance, but with the hope, with the plan to somewhere down the road, take a small chunk from the term insurance. So let's say you have $1 million of term insurance, you take $250,000 of from there, and you flip it or you convert it into a permanent policy. So the very act that you convert term to permanent is you're converting a temporary asset like a term life insurance policy to a permanent asset, which is a whole life policy. And you're doing that without a medical exam. And when you do that, you are able to then take your policy which you had picked up years ago, and you can convert that into a permanent policy, which is a lifelong asset. Obviously, you need to see what is the cutoff date, before which year you need to sort of convert your policy, all those details. Of course, I can share that with you. You can reach out to me, but you can also look at your policy, and that information is available. But the most important thing here is temporary life insurance is cost effective. Since it's cost effective, and since we are living in a world where there's a lot of inflation, you are able to purchase large amounts of coverage. And when you purchase large amounts of coverage, you are able to then take care of multiple needs or sizable needs to provide financial protection to your family. You can renew your coverage, you can convert your coverage. There are certain term policies where you can have two people in the same policy, not as joint coverage, but as multi-life policies. So you can have Mr. and Mrs. both covered under one policy, and you can save a few dollars doing that because it's a multi-life plan. Also, if health is good, if health is better than average, if you're leading a healthy lifestyle, you don't have any sort of significant health issues, you could also be entitled to some preferred rates and some sort of elite rates, and that is possible to you. So in today's world, life insurance, especially term insurance, is a good entry strategy to embrace life insurance protection and wealth preservation, protection tools in your life as you build your financial empire, as you build your financial strategy and wealth preservation strategy. So on this note, all I would like to say is take care and like, comment, subscribe, and I would be happy to add value to you, over the course of my forthcoming videos. Thank you very much. Take